Alright, this topic will conclude our lesson for this time. We're looking at the topic population growth and food supply. What is population? Population is defined as the number of species of organisms living in a particular area at a particular time. It can be number of rats, it can be number of human beings, it can be number of insects such as mosquito or butterfly, any number of species of organism at a particular time, at a particular area or at a given area is known as population. Now there are many factors that affect population or number of organisms in a particular place. Factor number one is food, availability of food. When there is food, organisms tend to gather around the food to get themselves nourished. And also where there is water, organisms can survive successfully. And then we have natural disasters such as earthquake, tornadoes, volcanic eruption, wildfire. All these can cause increase in population or decrease in population of organisms depending on where they are running to or running away from, that is immigration and emigration respectively. We have wars also can affect population. Famine can affect population. Drought, inadequate supply of rainfall can affect population. What of the number of organisms that are giving birth to at a particular time? That one is referred to as natality or birth rate. It adds population to and then death rate, which is referred to as the mortality, that is the number of individuals dying at a particular time in a particular place. All these are factors that affect our population growth or increase in population growth. We have also, there are some problems that are prevalent or that are linked to overpopulation in a particular area. For example, it can increase pressure on the natural resources such as water, agricultural production, anything that is natural that nature gives. It adds pressure to them. There's also increase in the number of criminality in the community. People tend to engage in acts that are evil in order to survive, because there are things that are lacking in those communities. So people tend to steal, kill, kidnapped in order to survive. We have also insufficient supply of food, sure, because when there is a large number of population, if there is no food supply to measure the population, there will be insufficient, inadequate supply of food. It will also lead to underemployment or unemployment. Underemployment means people are working in an office where they did not study or did not bargain for, and then on the unemployment, which means there is no work to do, no job to do to engage one profitably. So all these are problems that are associated with overpopulation. What of traffic congestion in the cities or in towns? All is because the population is more than the carrying capacity of that city. And then we have also environmental pollution. Pollution will be increased. Environment will get polluted as people throw refuse everywhere, sewages everywhere. The environment will get polluted. Water pressure on social amenities such as water, such as hospital, such as road, and so many other things that population, the people needs them. And you could see here people are gathering around just a tap of water here, borehole. Everybody is struggling to get one for himself. So it's a pressure on this very tap here. We have also slums, formation of slums by some people, or ghettos where people are just get a kind of a hut and stay inside because there is not enough housing that can cater for the huge number of people migrating into such environment. We have inadequate supply of health facilities or health services. All these and more are the problem associated with overpopulation. We are also going to look at some of the factors that affect availability of food. Number one, we have the disease. We have disease on our farm products, other crops or livestock can affect their production, which will in turn affect the availability of food in the community. Bush burning. Once this is done, our farm produce can get burnt, and the population of food also can be affected in those areas. So it has an adverse effect on our food supply. What a flood, what a poor storage facility. Many countries or people produce farm produce, but if there is nowhere to store them, they can get wasted or damaged, and that will also reduce the availability of food in the community. Overpopulation, yes, people tend to gather in a place where there is food, and so availability of food can affect what overpopulation can increase population. Then we have also poor harvesting as a result of what disease, as a result of a drought, as a result of infertility of the soil. Farmers tend to harvest poor, or they'll have a poor yield, and which means it will also affect food production. What of war, where there is war, fighting, conflict in a particular place? Who would like to stay where his or her life is in danger? And definitely people will leave that place, and which means they may not be able to get a place where they can farm as usual, so it will affect the production of food that year. So there are many factors that can affect availability of food in the community. Alright, so I think this is the end of our topic for this time. But make sure this assignment is done. Do it and submit it on my WhatsApp. Each of them is 30 marks. Ensure you do it. The one I sent to your WhatsApp, as the question I sent to your WhatsApp, make sure you do it. And this one also, do it and send it similar on my WhatsApp. Thank you very much. Have a nice night.